Light on not just him and where he came from, but a little bit about how we get to where we are. Here's Paul this morning with a work in progress, or the migratory habits of parents.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. See from last week, we got a representative from Brooklyn, I got Staten Island. There's the Queens. Anybody here from Queens or Manhattan? The fifth borough is the Bronx, and I got that covered. That's part of what it's about. Anyway, this morning I hope to shed a little light on myself and where I came from and how we got here. And it's called a veritable work in progress. Migratory habits of parents. My parents' decision to move a few times when we were growing up, it had a big impact on us. But we didn't always know it at the time. So I was born in the Bronx, the South Bronx, 700 East 134th Street. Only another couple of blocks more and you're in the East River. It's not a good place to be. You can almost walk across it. So it's okay. Anyway, through the eyes of a child, it was just a different set of adventures. Instead of hiking through the woods, we would just go hiking through the corner vacant lot that was all overgrown. But we were searching for old empty soda bottles that we could redeem for a few pennies and either buy candy or save the money. So we had a lot of fun. The sidewalks were our playground. If you had a piece of chalk, you were king. We would color or just do hopscotch, shoot bottle caps instead of marbles, and just had a great time. We didn't know any better. That's what it was. Life was good. So, but then, also, I can't leave this out. You always got to spend some time hanging out on the stoop. So the stoop is the front steps going into your apartment, but it's a technical term. Anyway, when I was 5, we escaped. But what I mean is, actually when I was about 4, I woke up one day with a new dad and 2 older brothers. So, and we were also moved to a nicer part of the Bronx, so things are looking better. But I already had an older brother and a younger sister, and later my stepdad, he found a job out in the suburbs, and he ended up moving us all out to New Jersey. And now we were in a new house with a large backyard, and it actually bordered up to some real woods with a real creek, so we had lots of fun there. And my brother and I would spend time exploring the woods, where if not, we were on our bikes riding all over the neighborhood with friends. Which we had quite a few of, and we spent a lot of time doing that. And life was good, unless of course you were home after 5, which made you late for dinner. But then also this time that a first half brother was born. So a few years later we moved again, this time closer to the Jersey Shore, but not that one on TV. A little farther north, in a town called Atlantic Highlands, which is pretty much where we grew up and we called home. And at that time, too, we had a second half brother who was born. I guess between the two, that makes him a whole brother. But anyway, so we were quite a blended family. Real yours, mine, and ours. And the Brady bunch had nothing on us. We grew up in that. Going to school there. It was my first rock band in high school there. I'll talk more about that at other times. But I graduated there, but never ended up going to college. But it was there that I also found the first job that led into my career, which is as a land surveyor. I didn't even know what it was at the time. But now I'm licensed in 2 states. And the other state is Florida. Just the reason why, one of the reasons I came here. At the time, my parents followed my sister's move down to Florida. She wanted a new change, and they just didn't want winter anymore, so they followed down. But then at the time, the economy was not doing too good. It was that first recession in the late 80s, and so I ended up out of work at that time, and moved down with my parents. I needed a place to stay. They took me in. We also heard that there was work in Florida, and there was. It just took 18 months to find it. So anyway, but after all that, I was working, had my own apartment, found a good church to be in, and I found a wife. Yeah, we were married in '93. With the mixed up family we had that I grew up in, kids were not on the agenda. But for her it was, and her clock was ticking. So we had one, and we had a son, which is wonderful. But now he's 15. He's in the freshman high school. He's in the engineering magnet program, and he wants to be a pilot.
Wow.
So, and the instructor of the program was a former test pilot in the Air Force. He wrote the curriculum for the program.
Right.
So we've been doing anything we can to keep him in that. We don't dare leave at this point. And that kind of led up to kind of where we're at about moving where we end up in life. At this point, I'm out of work again. But now the question is whether we stay, not whether we go. Because we don't want to take that opportunity away from him. So that said, I'm going to do everything I can, obviously, to stay here and give him what he wants, what he needs. So I'm still a veritable work in progress. But my life's on temporary hold. And so we're focusing on him right now. But in hindsight, looking back, it's clear how much my parents sacrificed to get us where we were. And that's where we are today. Thank you.